All right, should be live now. All right, there's a little bit of delay in OBS getting live. I apologize that. So, welcome traders. What's going on? How is everybody today? How's everything going? How was your trading day? Good, bad, indifferent? What is going on? All right. The trading day. So 1,200 in revenue today. Up to 157.5 in the 150,000 select Tradeify evaluation account. We need to get to 159,000. So still not there yet, and that's okay. Today, good trading. I gave myself a B, not an A. Gave myself a B. Got out of a position a little early, probably. But it was good nonetheless. Good hunting. Still need to work on my trade management and holding on to positions a little bit more after they are starting to go with me. I'm scalping a little bit too much, and I should be holding on to positions a little bit more. But if I would have held on the long that I had today, that would have come back and stopped me pretty much at the break even. And then I would have had a good position on the downside, but I would have made about as much as I made on the long side. So, to be quite honest, I'm not quite sure exactly if I want to make that change or not. So, we'll see. Welcome, Brandon. How's it going? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Hope your trading day or hope your day is going well. All right, Kevin, welcome. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Welcome. Hope your trading day, hope your day is going well as well. A lot of wells and as's there. Should probably learn the English language at some point in time, but I just tell everybody English is my second language and they go, it is? I'm like, no. I mean, just not the sharpest tool in the shed. It's okay. All right, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to do a replay, and I'm going to do a replay on Friday. I wasn't here on Friday, and so we're just going to go ahead and do a replay of it and just kind of see what happens. It was really one of the first times I ever stepped away from the market after when I was really involved in trading. And I didn't even look to see what the market was doing. It's like, you know what? I'm not there. I really don't care. Sorry, I had a message. So I made a mistake yesterday. I actually had an individual that wanted to talk to me about, just on the download, just, have a conversation with me. Not quite sure about what. And I completely missed it yesterday. I didn't put it in my phone. I didn't, I don't know. A lot of things going on, working on this course, the streaming, the trading. I still have another job on top of that, and then just other things. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed and I'm just not paying attention. So I had to apologize for that, reset up a new time, and we'll just go from there. Make sure I don't do it again, right? Mistake is a mistake unless you do it twice. The first time is a learning experience. Second time, straight stupidity, right? You know how it goes. Whatever. We all make mistakes sometimes. Don't hold it against yourself. Make the changes, move on, and here we go. I mean, I could right now, if anybody wanted to, watch the end of the US session going into the power hour. Price action is moving in a sideways price action. Right? Price action is moving in a sideways consolidated fashion right now. I'm just not interested in trading it. And it's just not, no. It's ugly. And I don't want to touch it. Don't want to touch it at all. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to jump right in to the replay and go into Friday's trading. And when I go into Friday's trading, I'm going to do the whole pre-market analysis. show you exactly how I create my areas, what it is that I am looking for, what it is that I am hunting. You know what I should probably do before I get into all of that though? Let's go ahead and just see what has been going on in the account for the last few sessions. How about if we do that? So give me a second, I'll bring that up here. Well, everybody has an idea, and it's all about transparency to me. So we're currently at 157.5 in the account. Here is this week so far. 1,700 yesterday, 1,200 today, 400 on Monday. Can everybody on TikTok see that? Yeah, there we go. You can't see today's result, right? But it's up here on the screen. It's the same thing, right? There's your Tradeify, right? 24. Oh, that's I'm using a different one for this data feed. But there's the information there on the side. There's the numbers, and then this is the last 2 weeks. Bring that up so everybody can see it. There we go. So there's the results. That's what I've been doing in my trading. That's what's going on. When you see the trades here at 53 and 43, I didn't literally take 53 and 43 trades. The way that this accumulates, each entry is a new trade. And so I'll enter on 4 lots, right? When I go in a 4 lot, what will happen is the market will come in and, or this will come in and show that each time that the limit fills, or each time an order is filled on the limit, produces a new trade. If I exit out of positions and I scale out, right? So it treats it as a scaling in is a new trade. And then scaling out is also a new trade. So it's counting both of them. So don't think that I'm like, some crazy, scalper. This is all in 1 hour. I've been trading for 1 hour, and that's what the results are of the hour of trading. And I'm trading from 10 to 11 a.m. US session time. And I'm also doing it live as well. Hey, Larry, thank you for the follow. I truly appreciate you. So, I'm trading live at the US session for that 1 hour. Depending on what the markets are doing, you can't count your eggs before they hatch by any stretch of the imagination. Here we are, right? 175. This one here, I keep this one open for a secondary data feed is what I keep it open for. This evaluation here. Let me talk to you about this evaluation a little bit. This bottom one, right? So, hey, Sports Connect. No, this is Tradeify. I don't use Lucid only because I don't like their trailing watermark drawdowns, their high watermark trailing drawdowns. And so this gives me a end of day drawdown of 4,500. And so it's not the high watermark, right? That's why I use Tradeify over Lucid. Now here, I started this one down here. And I was doing some sim trading in the London session. I think it was like 15 or 17, 20 contracts. So I had 20 lot, right? Showed up on the quantity. I didn't change the quantity. I entered a position, of course, and immediately went against me. I exited, and I just use this now for the data feed in like a heat map or something else along those lines. So yeah, there is the account. So let's get into a replay. Let's see what I do. I will absolutely show you everything that I do to set up my areas and my trades for every day. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to trade it. Lucid has intraday DD as well. Only Lucid has intraday only and funded. Got you. Well, and see, that's the thing, right? When you have an evaluation, you pass an evaluation on a set of rules. If those rules change from evaluation to funded, you got to change the way that you trade. And I don't want to have to change the way that I trade, right? I do pay additional fee for deep charts. Yeah, I bought deep charts. Hey, Tony, how's it going? This is going to be a hard name to remember. My name's Tony, and I forget it all the time. So thanks for joining. I appreciate you. So I purchased deep charts. I got the bundle. I don't have the gamma that just came out, and of course that's not included in the bundle. Now they want $1,100 a year for for that as well. And so I already paid for the heat map that I don't use. Gamma doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And here's why. I don't need help with bias or direction. I already have a pretty good lock on what direction I'm going to take in the market. Gamma will help you find direction when it gets over areas or under areas, right? But I don't need the help with that direction, so I don't use it. Hey, anytime the sports connect, anytime. If you have any questions, please definitely let me know. This is a goat firm at the moment. What up, peeps? You know, and most of the prop firms are absolutely the same. I just don't like changing rules between evaluation and funded, right? I don't want to have to change what I did to pass an evaluation when I go into a funded account. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right? That's a good way of blowing up an account because you got to change what it is that you're doing. I mean, you change what it is that you're doing, you lose a little bit of your confidence. You lose a little bit of your self-trust. Barat, Lucid just created trouble for and their KYC verification here is sucking. Yeah, well, just to let you know, I'm a financial crimes investigator. I know all about KYC and those type of issues, and yeah, it happens. It happens. By trade, that's what I do. Well, that's what I'm going to do for a little while anyhow, because I don't think it's going to be much longer I'm going to be there for. I mean, a few months, of course. 6 months a year, but I mean, 6 months to a year, what's $1 million amongst friends, right? What's a year amongst friends? Same. Yeah, no, it's nothing is specific for India, not at all. You know what that means? It means you're not as special as you thought you were, Barat. I'm kidding. That was funny. Maddie, what's going on? You haven't even been here for a couple days. I thought you stopped liking me. I thought maybe you left me for some other streamer or something, somebody cuter than me. Somebody that, you know, doesn't call you Demarkian all the time. So rude. How you been? Everything good in your life? All right, Friday. I gotta pay attention here. I'm joking around, having a good time, and not even paying attention to what the heck I'm doing, but you know, that's normal. If you know me long enough, if you're hanging out with me long enough, you'll realize that all normal stuff. Let's go to 0830, and then we're going to go ahead and hit play. If I can remember to hit play, we're just going to kind of see how long it takes me to build my pre-market analysis on the day, so you guys get an idea of, you know, how long this stuff really actually takes when you get good at it, right? Of course, it's going to take you longer when you're just getting started with something. Everything takes longer when, you know, you get started with something, right? But once you get started, once you get into it, you know how to do it, you get comfortable with it, you can get an idea of what it actually really takes in order to create it. No, we in Greece, my guy. Last week of vacation, never leave this place to good. Oh man, Greece, where you at in Greece? Where are you? Man, you always have the best vacations. If there's anybody that I'm jealous of, it's absolutely Maddie. I want Maddie's life. Maddie's always all over the place. Went to this place in Germany that, I mean, I can't even pronounce it, of course, right? As an American, I'll absolutely botch it. It's got this beautiful mountain and mountainscape and stuff, and he's been all over the place over in Europe, and now he's in Greece. Someplace in Greece. I don't even know where in Greece. But he's saying he doesn't ever want to leave it. All right, so today I'm going to have to shut the stream down at around 4:30. I have a meeting I have to go to, and I can't miss it this time because I missed it this last time. I felt pretty bad about it too. Got to wait for these charts to build. All right, here we go. Friday. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and focus on the longer time frame. Always focus on the longer time frame. So what is this? This is a daily perspective of all time frames. I'll show you. All time frames, all sessions. So Globex is what we used to call it back in the day, right? When dinosaurs roamed the world. But now we call it ETH now, right? So this is Asia, London, and the United States, all wrapped up in one, right? So US, Asia, London. Just Crete, pretty cool place though. The place I want to leave is here. Greece, I could come back to. So you're ready to get home. I get it. You're trading on your phone. You want to get back to your monitors. It's good problems to have though, my guy. Good problems to have. Um, all right. Oh, let's hit play so we can know how long it takes to do this, right? There we go. I told you I would forget. So here we are, all sessions. This is what we're looking at. So what's going on? Price action turn around and try to break below this range here that we've been trading in since the beginning of June, right? So we're in a balanced market condition, okay? Now we tried to break lower, we actually closed below. So what we created here was a breakout. Now, the problem most people make when it comes to breakouts is they think that just because the market broke out, it's going to turn around, it's going to continue trend in direction of the breakout. Here's the thing you have to remember about breakouts. They're just a breakout. They're not a trend indication, they're just a breakout. Now, all trends start with some form of breakout. I'll give you that, okay? However, not every breakout starts a trend. All right. So a breakout is going to do one of three things. It's either going to go into a tight consolidation phase, right? So it's just going to create basically inside bars and inside bars from it. Okay. It's going to continue to move in direction of the breakout, or it's going to move back into prior value. So when we closed below, we immediately closed above on the next day, above all of those highs of the bar that closed the low, back into unfair lows of overall value. Now that sounds like a mouthful, okay? So let's break it down. What does that actually mean? Hey man, would you be willing to check my DM? Yeah, absolutely. Hold on a second. I don't see one. Oh, in TikTok? I can't right now. I'll have to do that later. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, what was I doing? If you want to go into here, if you want to do this, if you want to DM me something that you want me to read right now, we can do that. Go here and do it all over again. Sorry about that, but that's going to work better. Just go there, join the Discord, DM me there, and we'll go from there. Okay, so price action. Let's get back to what we're doing in the markets, right? Price action turns around, close back above all this range, right? So what does all of this mean? It means the market broke out to the downside and immediately closed above the highs. Okay, well, that doesn't sound like a strong breakout to the downside to me. All right. Not when you turn around and get the daily to close back above the previous highs that started to move down below value, the low range of value. Okay. Means we're probably going to be moving back into value, especially if this close here holds. Okay. That's exactly what's going on. And where are we starting to find a little bit of resistance here around these highs of the Asian and London session? This high volume node. So it's attracting it like magnet, and we're coming into these low volume here. Anticipate price action to come back and test this high around 408, and then anticipation of continuation to the upside. That's not a bias. I'm not saying I'm biased to the upside. I don't like to have a bias, okay? The reason why I don't like to have a bias is because the market can do anything. It doesn't care what I think. It doesn't pray to the same gods that I pray to, all right? So it completely negates my whole idea of a bias or having a bias. What I want to know is directionally, what direction do I want to start with, and then allow price and volume to help me solidify that direction. Okay, or solidify the actual direction that I do want to go in based upon current price action when it's time for me to trade. All right, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm anticipating price action to come back up here to the 892, the 28,892. Why? Because that's value area low, anticipating price action to move back up into prior area value because of this close down here. Now, let's get off this chart and get us into a little bit of a shorter term chart. Tony, I love when you do these higher time frame profiles before this day starts. So much value. Love when you spend good time on it like today. Appreciate you on this. Well, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it. This is what I'm here for. I do this stuff anyhow when I'm on my own. I once I really get going with my trading and I'm not doing my other stuff, then I'll be doing this pre-market analysis every single day when I'm live. Right now I just have to do it on my own, because I just don't have time to be doing it otherwise, or any other way. Let's see here. So what we're going to do now, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. So what we're doing now is we're going to take this little range right here. We closed above this range. That's kind of our bar right there of, wait a second. What did I do? Hold on. I might have broke something. I got to double check. Where is it? Here. Nope, okay, we're good. Never mind, I'm just tripping. It's all good. All right, I must have smoked my Wheaties or something today. But, so what we're going to do is we're going to need to put a custom profile on this chart, all right? And a custom profile and chart, what is that going to do for us? The custom profile is going to give us an area of balance here on the 30-minute perspective. And now we can trade around an area of balance. And in the context of creating our area of balance, what we want to do is get rid of all of these little lines first. All these little boxes. Oh, shoot. See, I broke it. This is what happened. This is why I can't have nice things. Can't have nice things because I will break them. I don't want that bar. I want this bar. And now let's go ahead and extend this to the right. There we go. So now what we want to do is we want to index our low volume nodes within unfair highs and unfair lows, right? So here, and we'll do it just like that, right there, okay? And we don't really have unfair highs to the upside here, and it doesn't really matter. I don't really care about that, because based upon this information here, and if we hold the close of the daily chart, which of the previous day, which that close is at 833.5. So above 833.5, I'm really only looking at longs anyhow. Now, you guys get a good idea of why I don't need gamma. I don't need to know which direction I'm going in. That's what gamma is there for, and why I don't use it. Not because it's bad, not because of anything else. Gamma, Gex, all of it. And you're doing the same thing. And I already have the tools that I need in order to be able to do the job that they're doing. Not that they're bad. Not that I don't like them. I just don't need them. And the reason why I'm harping on that is because people ask me all the time why I don't use them. That's the reason. So I don't need them. So price action is coming down. We're trading in this area of value. We're nice and rotational in this market. We have good rejection around our highs, and we're making higher lows throughout this whole range of value. Okay? And we're getting down here into unfair lows. And we're touching this low volume node here. All right. So we're anticipating possible rejection. What is a low volume node? A low volume node is simply price action trading around value, coming below where 70% of most of the value or most of the volume is traded. So 70% of the volume is traded in this range where it's orange, right? The yellow indicates the percentage of volume that's outside of that 70%. And this low volume node is where price action has been rejecting from and moving back up into value area high. All right, that's all that it means. All right, and what we're looking for is these areas to hold as possible support in the market, looking for rejection out of those areas. Why rejection? Because price hasn't spent a lot of time there. When you look at this, right, and you just count your bars basically, how many bars have traded in this area comparatively to how many bars have traded in the orange area? A lot more is traded in the orange area than is traded in the yellow area. And if you look, a lot of the bars trading in the yellow area down here, right, into this little rectangular box, right, you have wicks in there. What are wicks? Possible rejection. All right. So there we go. So what are we expecting? Price action could come down through here, could pull back into this area, could come down, and we could possibly look for shorts. Probably wouldn't, not until we're below the close of the previous day, because that bar was wickedly big and strong. Okay? Now, price action to come up, we can pull back into this area, look for a continuation play, and then above this area, look for a continuation play to the upside. So, in today's context, and it's so funny, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like to have a bias, and here I am going to have a bias on the day. Want to be long in this area? Oh, what did I do? I broke it. Rude. It's okay. We can draw it again. There we go. We can be long in that area. And we can be long in this area. Now, mind you guys, I don't know what happened on this day. I have no idea. I wasn't here and I didn't look. There we go. I'm not as dedicated as Maddie is, right? He goes on vacation and he's doing all sorts of stuff with trading. Me, I went on vacation. I didn't even think about it. All right. So here we are. Now, what is current price doing? Current price is already trading in our little area in here and showing a little bit of sign of rejection. Okay? That's what it's doing. So if you're coming into the open and you want to be a bit aggressive, you could turn around. Oh, shoot. There we go. You can turn around and look for a long position that I just tried to get into right around here in this area. So there you go. There's a long before the open, right? Coming right out of this area. Why am I doing this right now? To show how price reacts around this area. All right. So what are we seeing right now in the footprint? Look at the low down here. You see your low, okay? Your low came in here off of very, very, very low volume. You could see it in the histogram, okay? You also have low volume coming in here to the lows, and you can't even make a lower low, all right? Buyers get a little bit more aggressive here in this area, more aggressive than over here. Here's our area of support. We would anticipate the market to come down here into this area and find support in the market from 51.5 to 49.75. Now, does that mean that the price action cannot break through here? No, it can absolutely break through here. It means that we can anticipate possible support and buyers coming in and holding this area. All right. So price action is coming back down now, testing into the lows. Look at the high volume. Anticipate this low to break. See your high volume down here at the lows after we've made lower lows. Anticipate this low to break. All right. Still in the area. Still watching it. Much dedication being here while looking at the sunset. Don't know one is more pretty, the sun or this HTF profile. Probably profile. Well, one's nature and the other one's fun, right? You can't play with a sunset. Now, price action's coming down here into the VWAP, the lower band of VWAP, right? Let's see which band this is. We're only one standard deviation away from the actual VWAP of the London and Asia session, okay? This is an absolutely active support. So if you're going to put a stop in, make sure you put a stop somewhere below this line because this line can absolutely act as support in the market. Now, these areas, okay, they're not lines in the sand. They're not like, oh, well, market can't come down from where it is, right? You always have to assume your risk and you always need to know where you're wrong in the market. And you should only be looking at positions that you can get into where you can manage the risk in your position. In other words, you don't want to try to be long all the way up here when you're going to be trying to put your stop down in here if you can't manage the risk between this area and this area. Always know your risk first before entering the position, because if you don't, you can enter a position that you don't want to be in because you can't manage the risk comparatively to where the position is no longer correct from your entry criteria. In other words, put your stop below or above where you're wrong. And if you can't hold the position and stomach that risk, you're getting in too far away from your position where you're wrong. Don't set your stop someplace in the middle. The market's going to rotate and more than likely hit it. Put it at the edge. And my edge right now, way below the low of this, because we could hold this area as support, and I'm looking for a continuation play to the upside. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? Oh, and it's 8:44. So in 14 minutes, I managed to do my whole PMA, create my whole plan, and enter a position and talk the whole time. But everybody always tells me that this is too difficult and complex to understand. Maybe it is for some people. But I'll tell you this much. It's a heck of a lot more accurate and much more fun to trade than an EMA crossover. Just saying. All right. So what's happening here? Price action is turning around. We made the higher high, right? Up here in this area. The higher volume here right before we broke the high. And very low volume to the upside. Now we're getting our pullback into the market. So we didn't have strong buyers here, right? So what is price action doing right now? Coming back and testing the high volume here, where the buyers got aggressive in the position. And buyers are currently supporting that area. So now we're rotational. We're rotational between the two high volume areas, showing a rotational market in the short term. That's all we're doing. And now we wait. We could read order flow if we want to while we're waiting, but it's not necessary, right? We really want to read order flow around our areas of interest, around where we want to get into the market, okay? Order flow reading can help in scalps, but we're already in a position and we don't need to scalp right now. And where are we looking for this to go back to if it comes up from this area? We're looking for it to move back into... See, Maddie, I got the global thing going on now. I learned how to do it. We're looking for price action to go back to 612 and a half. All right, 612 and a half. $28,610 and 3/4, somewhere right around in there. Well, hey, Ahmad, how's it going? It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are having an amazing day. And if anybody wants to know why I'm trading the micros and not the minis, because look, honestly, with $1,200 in revenue today, I'm doing just fine trading micros. I don't need them. I don't need the risk of trading the minis, right? It's easier to handle the risk in the minis, trading 4 micros, than it is trading 1 mini, all right? And I have more maneuverability in my positions, trading multiple lots or higher lot size than just one all in, all out. I can manage the position much better when I have size comparatively just to a one lotter. Maddie, you're just one of the coolest cats out there. I just really appreciate you. You're just friendly, you're kind, you're funny as hell. You make me laugh all the time. Really, really appreciate you, my friend. So let's see what happens in this position. You don't want to overmanage it. You don't really want to get crazy right now. It's not really doing anything, but I mean, it's at 8:48 in the morning. What else is it going to do? You know, this is not a position I would normally be in. I don't like to take positions, before 9:45 in the morning. So, say it what it is. Why am I in it? Just so I can demonstrate the area. That's all. Just so I can demonstrate the area. And the order flow looked pretty good here too, with the rejection and stuff. Any questions? Any comments? A lot of times I ask, any concerns, but I don't really care what you are concerned with. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I do care. Believe it or not, I do. I was told that during the US sessions, I'm much more subdued and my personality doesn't come out. And so I'm just trying to be a little bit more personable in this session. And I'm bored. I'm bored because price isn't doing anything. If somebody has, a little blue pill they can give it, that'd be great. Might be helpful. It's caffeine, something. Wouldn't it be fun to inject the markets with like caffeine or, some sort of illicit drug just to see what would happen? Oh my God, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd even throw money at it. Anybody else have those thoughts, or is it just me? On the right hand top screen, what are those projects? Can you explain? These ones over here? These? The Sports Connect, is that what you're talking about? You need to bring it over here for TikTok if that's what you're talking about. I just want to make sure. This is my PMA. If this is what you're looking at, right? This is my PMA, pre-market analysis. So what I'm looking at is based upon the daily charts. I'm looking for a continuation play to the upside. Okay, and in the context of the upside, right? What I'm looking for is the market to hold this area here as possible support. We're below value area low. We're below value. We're in unfair lows, and we have a low volume node here, a possible rejection or anticipated rejection to come into the market. Okay, it's where little volume has traded. And so what I'm looking for is if we break down, right, we could look for a possible short position. But yesterday's bar was so bullish that the previous day bars was so bullish that I don't really want to try to move against that, right? And so then price action, if it continues up, I'm anticipating it to move up here into value area high around 612 and a half. So these little areas, the little drawings that I drew that looked like something that came out of South Park, right? These are just saying if the market goes down, pulls back and goes down some more, we could look for possible short positions in there. But I want to be very careful on the short side. And then if price action comes through here and holds and comes up and tests into the area again, which we just saw for my entry, now we can look for long positions. The same thing. If we get above this whole area of value up here, above these highs, nice close above there, kind of like a breakout. Price action holds this area in here, holds this low volume that's above here, maybe really just kind of the structure of value, right? And breaks out above that, we could see a trending market condition and look for long positions. And above this area here, you can look for scalps to the long side. Does that answer your question? Is that what you're looking for? Maddie, appreciate the nice words, Tony. Likewise, I explained above why I believe people think the HTF analysis is hard if you want to read that. Oh, yeah. I didn't see it. What happened? Is because it is more boring than an entry? Yeah, that's true. Probably when I do it too, my Bueller voice. I got a $10,000 challenge account. If I pass it, I only have to pay the activation fee to get it funded. You rock. Well done. Does that explain your question though, Sports Connect? Beautiful. You rock. Well done. All right. So price action we end up breaking out to the upside, right? I mean, I didn't expect that all of my analysis today, right? I was looking for the short side. I can't believe it broke out to the upside. I don't even know what's going on right now. I don't even know what life is at the moment. Could see a little bit of resistance possibly around the 874 area. We need to watch that some. Or about the 28,766, we'll call it. And then again around the 29,171. Beautiful. And thank you so much for the questions too. Sports Connect. Really appreciate you. Appreciate the questions, appreciate the comments. Thank you. What's going on, TikTok? Y'all are quiet over there. Why is nobody in TikTok saying anything? You guys, you usually, the ones that have stuff to say. What is going on? What is up, TikTok? Anything fun and exciting out there? Anything fun going on anybody's For You pages? They all went home. Started the scroll. All right. Oh, I mean, we're in this now. We might as well just go ahead and wait for the open. Now the question becomes, right, do you hold this through the open or do you get out of the position? I think Maddie already knows the answer of what it is that I'm going to do. VWAP coming up here could act as a possible resistance to this, so we're going to kind of watch that. Look for maybe our first lower low in the move because of that. But that's good though. That'll give us a place that we can use for possible support. Maddie just laughs at me. It's so rude. Man, here I am all kinds of nice at him, nice to him and stuff, and he just laughs at me. It's terrible. Let's see if I'm ever nice to you again, Maddie. Let's see here. I mean, seriously, trading when you get to the point, am I winning over TikTok? Nah, no, not yet. TikTok doesn't even care about me. But I mean, it's growing, right? It's growing. I mean, I didn't start streaming until, well, I didn't start streaming. I started streaming 5 weeks ago, so it's only been 5 weeks since I've been streaming. And I started doing videos for short and long form, posting on TikTok and YouTube in January. But since I've been streaming, I've doubled the follow and subscription rates of my socials of my accounts, right, in the 5 week period. So it's not going bad. I have zero complaints. I just really love the I really love the support. Individuals are like, oh, well, social media is just a bunch of, degenerates, right? Trolls and all of this other stuff. And I don't get any of that. I really haven't. And I'm so grateful. Everybody has just been really kind, really supportive, wants to learn. I'm grateful. This has been a very, very, very fun project. But you make it look easy though. Sorry for that low hit. I will improve my jokes from now. Don't change. Please don't. Um, so yeah, no, winning over TikTok, nah. You know what? I'll probably win over TikTok once I have about 6 months of a track record, right, in a funded account or something like that, and everybody and their brother's going to want to start following me, and they're all going to be here, right? That's what I expect to have happen on the TikTok side. Nobody wants to listen to a gray-haired unk. I mean, heck, I don't even want to listen to a gray-haired unk. That's why I shut my hearing aids off when I start talking. I'm gonna have people in here. You do? You guys are hilarious. Either that or else I just make myself laugh, one of the two. So price action's coming back down now, right? This bar came back pretty strong. Don't be too concerned about it, right? We're still holding the high volume. We're still holding the structure. We were anticipating a possible sell off around the VWAP area. It's doing exactly what we expected it to do. What happens if it stops me out with a break-even trade? I can always get back in. Not that big of a deal. We have a line in the sand. We know what we're looking for. Now, just the question is, what is it going to do? And that, my friends, is an answer that none of us has until after it does it. I did make one of my trades today, Maddie, look pretty easy. It was a VWAP trade, that I took that looked pretty easy in terms of a scalp this morning. It was pretty nice. And I did the same thing on a short, but I got out too early. Like, I never do that, right? Never get out of trades too early. So it looks like it's probably going to come down here, maybe hit that stop. There's no real reason to move it right now. Just kind of want to wait. Hey, QG. Caddy Plays, welcome, welcome. Thank you for saying hello. I appreciate you. I like the peak hand. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And it looks like we're going to get stopped out here. Probably not going to be able to get back into the position of where we were in earlier. And I'm going to have to go ahead and find another position to enter again. But that's what VWAPs are for and different things along those lines. So we're just going to go ahead and just wait and see what happens. Half an hour before the US market opens anyhow. Probably shouldn't be in a position walking into the open. So we shall wait. Yeah, morning scalp was Rocket. Well, thanks, Barada. Appreciate that. I wasn't waving to myself there. My family's leaving. I was saying hello. Hey, Fred, how's it going? Good day, sir. Sorry if I missed your comment there. I promise I was not are ignoring you. That's the word I'm looking for. D charts looks modular. It is. Yeah, it's very nodular. I mean, you got to move it all around and do all the things, right? It's very, very much like Ninja in that regard. Just it's very simple. You want to see how you guys want to see how hard it is to create footprint charts and deep charts. It's pretty complicated. It is pretty complicated. Here, I'll show you, right? You click this button, you get your numbers. If you click this button, you get the histograms. If you click both, there they are. So difficult. That's the difference between deep charts and Ninja. You can't get deep charts for free. No, but what I am trying to do, and you guys can help me with this, right? Start growing the community, start doing well, which I'm already doing well. We can possibly go to deep charts and say, hey, can we get a discount? That's what I'm hoping for. But then you have to wait to get bigger. I tried to do that with a prop firm already and I only had like what, less than 200 subs on YouTube at the time, and they didn't give me the time of day. Can you believe those people? Not the time of day. They were like, yeah, we could do that. Go ahead and give me all your socials. And it just went crickets. They're like, wait until you're bigger without saying it. Rude. So rude. So that's the goal anyhow. Katie, that's what I'm looking at trying to do in all of this. Is make it economically feasible. And the reason why I use deep charts is because it's just easy to use. I have a lifetime with license with Ninja. I've got Sierra charts down here. I got Bookmaps over here. I got our Bookmap over here, and I got Trading View over there. I got a little bit of everything going on. Not that all of it are up at the same time. That's not what I'm saying. I just have access to all of it. This is what I do. So do that with yeah, exactly. And I will absolutely. With Atas, I mean Atas, however you pronounce it. They even named it such a word that's so complicated that how in the heck do you even pronounce it? ATAS, Atas. Don't know. So, why don't we just go ahead and fast forward this and get to the US session where we can actually do something. My account is only around $100, so it's pretty much impossible for me to afford those chart and so forth subscriptions. I just use TradingView and trade using simple candlestick charts. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. Look, okay, I took my first trade in 1998. My PC is a monster. It really is. Well, I have a 7850 back here with 64 RAM of memory, the Crucial 6200 or whatever it is, I don't know. Both my computers have 5800s in them. Yeah, they're pretty quick. Again, to kind of geek out there for a second. But Katie, what I wanted to say, right? Traders, a lot of times, I feel like they need, they feel like they need all of the tools and the bells and whistles, right? I do need footprint for what it is that I do because I do look for the participants coming in and where the participants are heavy, right? Like I can see in here right now, I would anticipate price action since we're not breaking these highs over here and this little shelf of low volume for us to come back and test into the lows. The lows I would anticipate to test into is at least here, and we're testing into this high volume here and immediately finding the buyer stepping in, right? We need to see what happens here at the high. See how we're collecting that volume at the high here? We can anticipate that high to break. But when you really think about that form of analysis, do you really need that? And can you just turn around and just trade directly off of candlesticks and not need all of the order flow and all that stuff? You can. Absolutely. The key is to find something that you're able to be consistent with and then test it out, see how it works. And if you have an edge, you're good to go. The most important thing in trading is not the tools that you're using, your entry areas. It's your understanding of market context and structure. If you can understand market structure and context, okay, then you have the ability to be able to trade around areas. Most individuals, what they try to do is they try to create a trading plan that works in every single market condition. Well, the market changes conditions. That means that you need to be able to change what you're doing within that. And what I always tell people is understand how to read the market and the market context, build a trading methodology that works for entries around each one of those. So one entry criteria that works around your ability to read context, create your areas based upon what the context is telling you. The context of me telling me today is going long, right? We should be moving higher, okay? Well, not should, probability speaking, moving higher, okay? But I'm still trading in value. How can I be trading in value if I'm looking for a long position? Because the market's trading in value. And I'm looking for price action to come up and hit value area high around 551. All right, where are we at here? Maddie, the last one you said was correct, but they are all the same. Let's get some trading in. Exactly. QG, TradingView, is really good. You can get profitable on that pretty easy. Just study auction market theory. I'm up 2 years in 2 days, or 2R in 2 days on 6 trades on TradingView phone. This is $800 easy. Not a brag, but you can do it with what you got now. Hamad, I'm still using a 10-year-old laptop at this point. It's running on Open Determination. Hamad, that's what I'm running on. Your laptop and I should be friends. I'm focused on getting to one payout, bro. It will fund your next computer and a few accounts. Godspeed. Exactly. Sports Connect, 100%. I like that. All right. Let's fast forward. Enough talk. Maddie called me out. He's like, stop talking and get to trading. All right, Maddie. Oh, wow. The market's going up. I'm confused right now. Why is it doing that? Oh, look, we almost hit value area high already. That would have been a really nice long if I would have stuck with it, huh? Value area high, right up here, right? Getting really close to touching that. See that? That's what happens in a rotational market. Come off of LVNs, move up into value area high. All right. A little bit above value area high now. Came up here into VWAP. We are 4 minutes from the open. Hey, watch, Maddie. I'm going to trade the open again. And here's the open, right? Nice little movement back down here into this little area. Anybody know what this area is? Am I supposed to know what this area is? It's on a longer term. Oh, I know exactly what that area is. I know what that area is. That's our quarterly area right there. All right. So price action is just moving higher. Nice range so far on the day. Looks like we're going to have to make a continuation play to the upside at some point in time. Got something in my eye. There, I think I got it out. Sorry about that. You guys are sitting there watching me put my finger in my eye. That sounds like fun. So just waiting right now. I don't want to trade around the open. We could move fast forward if we wanted to. It's 9:30. I mean 9:32, right? We could wait, or we can, fast forward. Let's say wait. Might as well watch the open. Get used to being disciplined, not trading around the open, right? The best way to do that is practice it and just sit in your hands and wait. This up here is the area on the 30-minute that I put on there, right? So now you should be anticipating a pullback. What we got? Telling you, taught volume profile a few days ago, and I've been practicing it. Should I also focus on the VPOC, or is it better to just focus on value area high and value area low for now? Watch price action around VPOC. This is why. Volume point of control, anticipate rotation, okay? Go back here, right? Look at your rotation around VPOC. Here's your VPOC right here. Look at that rotation around it, okay? You can absolutely trade scalps and different things along those lines. Get comfortable with the rotation, all right? And not every day is the same when it comes to rotation. Your wider days, wider rotation, better to trade around, okay? Absolutely. Could somebody ping Discord, please? Exclamation mark Discord. That doesn't pop up for me. But if you do exclamation Discord, what I just did there in it, it will pop up. It just doesn't do it on my side. It doesn't like me for whatever reason. I think it's because it's connected. Yep, there you go. Beautiful. Thank you, I appreciate it. And we're just moving higher. And that earlier buy was pretty spot on, right out of the area. Right out of the area. Now, price action. What should we anticipate it to do? Come back and retest around the 643 area. The focus you need on VPOC is don't trade there. Only if a naked POC, meaning an old closed profile point of control, is good to trade. A developing point of control is gnarly because that is where trades meet 50-50. It is, yeah. But this is why I tell people to watch it. And the reason why I tell people to watch it is this. Okay? We all see the charts a little bit differently. And what I don't want to do is tell somebody that they can't do something. Because quite frankly, there's things that people that can do that there's no way that I'm able to do that, right? Not because they're better or anything else, not because I'm worse, just because people are different. That's why I watch it. Didn't say trade it, watch it. Watch it develop around those areas, around those rotations. And if you can see something, practice it. If you see the rotation, you can't trade around that, then I would suggest not doing it. But look here, right? Coming off of value area high, coming down back into value, price action holds VPOC and continues to trade down. If he didn't get in up here, having VPOC, maybe initial balance, maybe VWAP, something else to confirm in that area as well, might be a good reason to get back into a short if you weren't able to get into it or you got shaken out. If you're in a trade and price is coming to point of control, watch it. If you're going to try to trade it, it is gnarly, but a 50-50 on 2R is still profitable, but my money is better staying away from. Can't disagree with that. Cannot disagree with that. I'm going to take a little scalp here. Price action could go down farther. I just want to get in case we hold here with a little something, right? But I'm anticipating price action to come back down into here. And this, guys, this is why I trade the micros. Now you understand. Oh, it's still 937. I probably shouldn't have been in that, but that's okay. That's all right. We will manage through it. See? Look, Maddie, I can't keep myself from trading around the open. I just can't. I don't know. What's wrong with me? I'm going to start trading around VPOC next. Watch. Thing about hindsight VPOC is that traders meet there, so the footprint is way more confusing and big numbers on the point of control from both sides, where at value area level is often more one side is easier to read. 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maddie, trying to get them to watch it themselves. How I see it, but your point is good too. Who am I to say a trade like me makes 0 sense? I ain't no God trader. Here's the thing, right? We all have to learn somewhere, right? And for me, it's always better for an individual to learn how price reacts around a particular area by gaining the experience of watching it trade around that particular area. And everybody's view of charts is a little bit different from everybody else's. Okay? And here, be quite honest with you guys, I did not follow my own advice on this position that I gave to the beginning one, right? Know where you're wrong in the position, right? And if you're wrong in the position and it's too far away to enter to be able to manage risk well, don't enter it. And I entered 4 way up here, anticipating a possible continuation to the upside, right? But not in a place where I can actually manage risk. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get myself out of this little predicament that I'm in. And this is something, Maddie, that, I had to learn how to do on my own because nobody's out there teaching it. I had to figure this out by myself. Waiting for price action to come down a little bit more before I do anything else. Keep on going. Where are we at here? Where are we at? VPOC is right above us. There. There we go. Now the entry is there. Much better. Not great yet, but better. Now I'm going to wait. Now I'm going to wait again. I'm waiting for the market to go back up. Let's bring this up so everybody can see it and see what's going on. I taught my strat. He could not make it work, even though I traded live with him. And after 6 months after he was funded with a payout, but not on my strat, he took what made sense to him for me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's trading, right? That is trading. Now, we're just going to see if price action can behave here and start moving higher out of this area. We shall see. He made his own strat, so don't do as internet people say, but investigate what they say. Exactly. Exactly. You should be investigating everything that anybody says, right? And if they only have a course only and they're not teaching in something along these lines, or it's just an absolute mechanical methodology that you're not learning the art and skill of trading from, move away from it. And this is why, okay? If mechanical trading actually worked, where you have this happen and it comes back to this area, you just buy or sell every time, right? If that worked, if that really, really worked, everybody and their brother would be doing it because it worked and it's that simple. You can just do it, okay? Trading doesn't work that way. Trading is an art. You don't just get a strat and your computer turns into an ATM. It doesn't work that way. Okay? And because it doesn't work that way, you need to learn the art and the skill of trading. The art comes from here. This is your art. How to read market context. That's your art. The skill, unlike what I'm showing here, how to execute positions around your art. That's it. And if you can match those two things together, you're going to build yourself your skills to execute around your plan. And when you do that, you've earned your right to call yourself a trader. If you're just looking for areas and you're drawing lines, and that's all you're doing on a time frame like this, and you draw the same lines every time, you look at the market the same every single day, you're not a trader, you're mechanical. There's two different things. It doesn't mean that you can't have a mechanical strat that works. What you're not going to find is a mechanical strat that works in every market condition. Understanding market condition is your art. And if you can't understand market conditions, you're in trouble. I could set up your charts to be identical to mine and leave you alone, but you will lose without the art. 100%. 100%. Without the art and without the skill. You have to have the art and skill combined. And the only way to do that, is to stop trading mechanically and start allowing yourself to trade. In an evaluation, a funded, and anything along those lines, you never want to have a drawdown like this. This is dumb. Don't do this. I'm being hypocritical right now. Do as I say, not as I do. Wolf, I have to say, my friend, your channel is a good mental reset. Puts things into a better perspective. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And Vito, you're 100% correct. You know, guys, that's Vito, right? Dropping in more sense in one sentence than I got in my whole head. Well, we're coming down into the area now where we'll be looking for potential shorts in the market, but we're still above yesterday's close. So now I'm going to have to turn around and trade out of this position because this is ridiculous. But it gives me something to do. Why not? I'm watching this right now. I'm looking for a possible rejection out of here, and I want to see how price action reacts here. Some buyers stepping in there. There we go. That's what I like to see. Now, do we hold? Buyers still stepping in and holding, coming up a little bit. We've got some resistance here now around the 40 for the 400. Let's watch. Some resistance around the 400. Buyers are still stepping in at the lows. It comes crashing right back down to break the lows again. This market is weak right now. What do I want to do with this position? And Suffwolf, thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate it. You know, I've been around the block a few times, especially when it comes to trading. I only speak from all of the mistakes that I have made in the past. And I really try not to repeat those mistakes, and I'm repeating them right now as we're practicing this day. We are on a tear to the downside. This is what happens when you don't create a bias for yourself, but you hold a bias even though you didn't create it. Anticipating price action to go up and staying in the long side when your higher time frames are telling you otherwise. This is a great example, guys, of what not to do. I like this. I like this a lot. I know I need to know where the key levels are at. The veto. I know. It's driving me crazy because I know I at least am smart enough to know what I don't know. Oh, it's irritating me because I know, Vito, after talking to you, here's the thing. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys here, with everybody in here, all right? I know, I know after talking to Vito that there's something fundamental I am missing in my analysis. And I don't know what that is. So Vito is saying today NQ failed at a monthly level 30,043. I rode that pony down to overnight low and my day was over. If we break the low of the 708, we're headed short on the 1, 2, 4 hour time frames. Oh, we're already short on the 1, 2. On the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour, we're already short on those in the context of trading around in terms of trading in the short direction for scalps. 100%, right? And this is the area I should be looking for long again. And this is really the first area this morning that I should be looking long, and should be looking long from right about down here. Down here in this area. And let's see if we get the bounce from here. Now, Vito, in the terms of the 30,043, was that today's market? Because this is Fridays. I'm replaying Fridays right now. Because I wasn't here to trade Friday, and I don't know what happened on this day. And I was trying to get entered a position to the long side on a pullback for a scalp in the long direction, and I got caught, and I'm still caught. But we're still holding yesterday's close, but we're also below the daily perspective as well, way below the daily perspective in terms of support and resistance. Today, yeah. But tracking prop firms, you would be a god killer in drawdown. Oh yeah. But if you're trading prop firms, exactly, right. And today I did really well in today's market. So I took a long off of VWAP, moving back up into the 30,000 range this morning, and then I took a short coming off of that area down below it, and I didn't hold for my target. I scalped it and got out pretty early before it really continued to drop. But the 30,040, I still didn't see that as a key level. I still know that I'm missing key levels in my analysis. I've known that since talking to you. I don't know exactly what it is that I am missing. It's irritating me to no end. And I'm finding myself when I'm entering into these positions, I don't have the confidence in my areas that I used to, knowing that I'm missing something. And so it's like I'm in this little bubble of conundrum at the moment. This is one of the reasons why I'm a bit more quiet, a bit more demure in trading my trading live from 10 to 11, because I don't have the confidence that I once had, because I know that I'm missing something in the context of areas. And you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it, And before, it's like ignorance was bliss. I didn't know what it was, and so I was very confident. Now, I know that I don't know it, and I've lost a lot of that confidence. If that makes any sense. And I haven't been able to figure it out yet, but I'm working on it. You held it when it bounced off VWAP? Yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I did not have the sense in order to do that. You know, and in that analysis, right, of knowing that I'm missing something, right? It was a Vito's conversation that I had that I noticed that I was missing something. But it's not Vito's fault, right? That I have issues with my confidence in my own trading right now. That has nothing to do with it. He has nothing to do with that, right? He just gave me the knowledge of knowing that I'm missing something. And this is where responsibility of our trading really, really matters because only we are able to control our trading, ourselves in our trading, right? And if we are creating a lack, if we have a lack of confidence in something, it has nothing to do with having a conversation with another person. It's exactly how we internalize it in ourselves. Um, No, and that's the problem with this position, right? I didn't plan the stop loss before I entered. I didn't really plan the whole trade, right? So this is what happened. We come up here and price action is coming back down into this area again. It's kind of holding this area. And so I bought. Okay. And I really actually bought up here. It was really the VWAP. I was buying the support off the VWAP. And I was planning on buying down below through here, but we're doing nothing but trading lower. And I didn't have a planned stop loss. I didn't have anything else I was doing in a position. I was purely looking for a continuation move to the upside, and I got caught. And so now I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for an area that I'm comfortable in that I can get myself out of the position. That's all I'm waiting for right now. And here's the problem by doing that. You miss the opportunity by holding. It's not the drawdown that's going to hurt you. It's holding and missing the opportunity of going in the opposite direction. That's fundamentally the key. It's monthly equilibrium, 30,043. Oh, goodness. You know what, Vito? It's so funny. You are showing me all the things that I don't know. Now, let me see here. You're talking about the monthly. Monthly, monthly, monthly. That's interesting because I still. Okay, I have 30,060. Before I go, sir, my English is very strong, so I have may take a little longer to reply because I'm trying to understand everything you say. Thank you for your knowledge and guidance. Really appreciate it. Of course, Hammond, anytime. Thank you for being here, and don't worry about the whole the English language thing and stuff like that. Right? We're all working together in terms of how to, you know, understand a new language as well, and that language is what is the market telling us. Take much less high, low, and close, add them up, and divide by 3. Yeah. see here. Where is it at? I have TradingView up right now, and I've never used it before, so it's taken me a long time to do anything because I don't know where anything is at. Give me your Venmo or your Zelle. I don't know why I'm having so much issues with this because I want to be precise in my calculations. And I don't know how to open up the area just so I can see everything in the bar, all the bar stats. Mockingbird Lane. You told me that before too. As a small cap trader, I learned a lesson after flowing my cap twice that I should enter only with a position which I can afford. And if a plan analysis is correct, I won't enter and trade because of big stop loss points. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, this is a prime example of what not to do. This is not an example of, yeah, here, trade like this. No, this is exactly what not to do. Don't do this. All right? Always know where your stop loss is. Always know when you're going to enter. Always know when you're wrong in the position. Because when you know that you're wrong in the position, okay, you know where your stop loss needs to be. Look at your entry area that you're looking at. Go into look at your entry area. If your entry area is too high comparatively to your wrong in the position, that means that your risk is too wide. Don't place your risk someplace in the middle. Put your risk where it's supposed to and wait for a better entry point. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't do what I'm doing right now. I'm being an idiot. Don't. And don't judge me on being an idiot right now. I'm just being an idiot and I'm allowing myself to be an idiot. I'm going to have to replay this day because this is dumb. And it kind of irritates me. But I'm trying to do something else right now. Yeah, exactly. Vito said you can be a 7-figure trader with a 30% win rate. Exactly. If you can keep your expenses low and allow your runners to run, right? It doesn't take much to make money in the market, and you keep your stops very, very tight. This is how they make money trading on the floor. They have areas, they know their areas, and they're trained to trade around those areas. Footprint on 29,680. Let's see, 29,680. Where are we at on 29,680? 29,680. Right in here. What are you looking at? What you see in the footprints. Let's see here, 29,680, you got your higher volume coming up here, you break your high, a little bit of rejection above, and then this bar comes in and nice sell pressure right here in that bar, and price action continues down. You can't let your runners run with prop firms. That's the problem everyone doesn't get. That is the problem. Because we have to be out intraday. We can't hold overnight positions. The fact that we can't hold overnight positions. And so this is what I'm actually coming in and attempting to do, everyone. Okay? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay? And I think I can do the impossible sometimes. All right? Those are two bad traits that I have within me. But at the same time as those traits are bad, guess what? A lot of times they work out for me. So what is it that I am trying to do? I'm trying to figure out how to trade around these areas in a day trade and a scalping if we need to in a day trade environment and we can allow ourselves to continue to enter in direction of the trade that the professionals are already in. Oh no, this is Sim. This is not Tradeify account. No, this is Sim. I'm in Sim right now. I'm just messing around at the moment. I'm irritated with myself for being stupid, is what it really boils down to. I'm going to get myself out of this position because, you know, I'm tired of this, and I'm going to get myself out of it. And I think there's going to be a pullback here in this area. So I'm going to grab a ton of inventory. I'm going to wait for this market to come up near its high. And I'm going to get out with a break even. And I'm going to go and work on what I'm working on over here, trying to figure out how to calculate this off of this trading platform that Vito's talking about. Don't do this at home. Don't do this in a funded account. Don't do this anywhere else. Just let me be. Get myself out of the position. And now I can go back doing what I was doing before. Big Spark, how's it going? I love your comments, my friend. Love your comments. NASDAQ is at yearly point of control right now? Are you serious? Let's go to the live charts. I need to replay this day again because I did something dumb. Let's go to the live charts real quick. I want to see what Vito's talking about. And then I got to get my monthly stuff figured out. I'm a mess at the moment. An absolute mess. Yes, my little ninja. I'm far from a ninja right now. If I was anything, it would be a Padawan at 50 years old. Could you imagine that? Roll on, Big Sparks. What a great. No, this isn't the funded. No. Nope, not the funded. I was in a replay. I was replaying Friday, not funded. Oh, it's funny. That is funny. Nope. I only do stupid stuff like that when I'm in Sim. Trying to get back to live feed is what I'm trying to do. It's taking forever though. I have too many charts open. And I got to get rid of this daily and get into a monthly so I can get this calculated. Looks like I won't be sleeping tonight because of yearly point of control. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a yearly point of control. Okay. Vito, I'm going to start calling you daddy. Okay, Vito, serious question for you. A yearly point of control, okay? In the context of that point of control, are you anticipating rotation around that? Mr. Daddy? Oh, I love it. I love it. You don't think you react. Okay, let me see here. I got too many things going on in my little pea brain right now. Let's see, are we live? Are we back to live? Nothing's moving. It's 3:57. I should have movement. Hey, good night, Barat. And did you enjoy? Yeah, get well, my friend. Get well. Yeah, so this is what Vito's saying, right? As soon as you say I think or it should, you already lost 100%. Okay, so I guess my question is this, right? If we're trading around point of control, and my viewpoint of point of control tells me that there's a possible area that you're looking at that could become rotational. Okay? How do you interpret yearly point of control? Now, let me get over here. This should work. You know, it's so funny too, right? It's like I really don't want to trade this because we were waiting for that range to break that we were trading in. That was around that 3 o'clock. As soon as I came off, we broke down below, traded this other range over here. So it broke below the range I was talking about when I first got onto the stream, right? Right here. We broke down as soon as I came off. I was watching this bar. We come back up. Where's our high volume area in here? Our high volume area is right in here. Let's go ahead and extend that. Price action comes back up into that area, holds, and immediately starts to trade lower. So it happens when you take your eyes off the charts for 5 seconds. Just like a daily point of control. Yeah. Yeah, and there it goes. On a yearly perspective on point of control, how do you even plot that? I guess what you would have to do is do this. My monthly charts are taking forever to build. Oh, because it has to download a bunch of data is why. Dropped 100 points below yearly point of control. So if we're at 575, 675 or so was the point of control then for the yearly. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sorry, everybody. I'm taking notes. I'm being schooled right now. Right. Well, and the reason why it's taking so long to build this is because it's downloading data. I don't have a year's worth of data downloaded. That's what it's doing right now is it's downloading that data. Once that data is downloaded, it won't take that long at all. But no, I did get TradingView today. I just don't have it set up and I don't know how to use it. I can't even get the little box to come up to show me where everything is, and what's happening in a particular bar so I can get exact highs and lows and closes and everything else. Okay, it's just I'm having issues at the moment. I have a new platform and I don't know how to use it. And so I'm trying to make do with the one that I have here, and it's not working very well for me right now. Because it's trying to download data. And I'm just trying to put all of this into my little head at the moment. Like the monthly pivot, the daily point of control. And I'm trying to conceptualize this and how I need to set this up so I can see these key levels. And I can have these key levels and everybody can benefit from these key levels, and I still need to get you on the stream. And I need the technology in order to do that. And I have that too. I just need to get over here on this machine. And I'm trying to build a course, and it's a lot right now. It is a lot right now. I'm absolutely feeling a little overwhelmed. I mean, not at the moment, but just in general with everything going on, because there is a lot. And I have a lot on my plate. And I'm still waiting for data to download. And I'm not smart enough to figure out how to use 697 as a yearly. What else am I missing that you're telling me? Oh, nothing. Okay. 3 contracts short on 29,673. Nicely done. Nicely done. On TikTok, you're missing the button for me to request up. Yeah. So because I'm multi-streaming, and so I can't do that on TikTok through the multi-stream. So what I'm going to need to do is get, and I was going to do it this weekend, but I had to leave. So I have to wait until this next weekend when I actually have some time that I can sit down and I can actually do this. Like download data is a good thing to do on the weekends. What I need to do is get my Riverside FM up, get it connected into OBS, and then I'm going to be able to get you connected into the streams here. But I can't do it directly through TikTok because then nobody in the Purple app or Tube is going to be able to see any of it. It's just going to be TikTok only. I know. It's a thing. If it wasn't a thing, it'd already be done. But it's a whole thing. And I was planning on getting it set up this weekend, but I had to make a quick trip out to Ohio. Too bad for them, exactly, right? I'm getting there. I promise. I promise I am getting there, and I will get there. Yeah, this is going to continue down. Watch these lows break. Holding the VPOC. Pull back. Here into the high volume. This is your rotation area. See what happens at the highs. Got through the area of support there. This is our last area of support. See if we can break the 36 area. Point of control just shifted. Finding support down here at the moment. And so after talking to Vito, that's really where I'm at in all of this, right? One of the reasons why the market makers and the floor people do so well or did so well when they were on the floor was because they would absolutely hold positions overnight, and they would have their areas and they would be trading to their areas. In these prop accounts, we can't do that. Okay, we can't hold overnights. They will literally at 4:45 liquidate our positions. So how do we find key positions to get into directionally what they're already doing through that perspective? And I know that there's a way to do it, and I know there's a way to crack that code. I kind of did it a little bit today, right? But what are we expecting today? Sideways price action. Why? And maybe a tighter range because of the movement yesterday. And where are we at? We're at the 30,000. Price action has not liked 30,000 at all. So we're anticipating a continuation play to the downside off of 30,000 in a tight range. And the range just so happened to break at the last hour of the market. 550.5 is daily equilibrium. It's still downloading data. Okay, let me ask you a question. I'm dead. Right here. See? I have it. I bought it. I got Jada. It's in here. It's here. What I'm working on right now is I have zero idea how to see the inside of this bar, right? I just want to see the exact points. I guess it's up here, isn't it? But there's got to be a list of it out there. I'll use this for right now. But I did. I went out and got this today. That's interesting. I still don't have the same number that you came up with. $35.53, $35.53.75, 27,201 and a half. Yeah. And 28,404 and a quarter. Yes. Divide that by 3. Hey Leighton, don't worry. I will be over there with you here in about 19 minutes. I'm not going to forget again, I promise. That's what I have, Vito, which isn't the same as yours. Okay, beautiful. Now I have my charts back. All right. Now, let me try this again. Get rid of all of this other stuff and try this again. So well, I can do that, but then I can't. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need a whole new machine. I swear, this is ridiculous. Right, last month. Exactly, not current, but last. July. Yeah. And now I have, and I checked my numbers and they're correct. My typing, I checked them and they're correct. And I'm taking them off of this is June 30th through July 31. This is, I don't, July 1 off of TradingView. So I'm using this right here off of July. Interesting. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to do it from over here. Because it's going to be easier for me. Right here. Okay. Now, where is it? Right there, that bar. Right here. Point of control. Yeah, I don't understand. Close my position, probably close to early profit 500. One trade a day, not bad. This channel is a refreshing restart. Self Wolf, no, you're doing phenomenal. That was a great trade. I'm not really focusing on the charts right now. I'm trying to figure numbers, and different things along those lines. So, you know, it goes back to, right, even the July one, this right here, even the July one, I wasn't able to calculate the 30,069. Okay, let me do this. Bring this on, bring this over here. There we go. Let me try that one more time. I don't know. Dyslexic. Dyslexia. Duh. Lexia. Anyways, it's self-love. I appreciate that. I'm kind of all over the place right now because I'm working on multiple other things right now. But here's what it all boils down to. Okay? It's about the art and the structure that you create for yourself that you're able to trade around so you have the confidence in order to be able to trade, right? And what I was discussing a few minutes ago was I've kind of lost that confidence a little bit in myself because I'm questioning my areas. Not because they're bad, because there's something else out there that I'm missing. But at the same time, Vito is holding on to these positions in a longer term. Okay? And holding into a longer term, I still need to figure out how to do this in a prop account where we can't hold overnight. Metal Trader, what's going on? It's good to see you. What's going on, homie? It's good to see you. See, I'm over here seeing my homies over West Said throwing up gang signs and stuff. You just passed another eval? Well done, sir. Well done. I'm still in my eval. I haven't passed anything yet. I am still in my evaluation. I'm at 157,556. I gotta get to 159,000. Oh, goodness. I'm so dumb sometimes, but it's cool. I do make myself laugh. Do make myself laugh. Um, mm. And a 1-year profile on point of control. Yeah, I'm not even seeing the same stuff. Not on my screen. You have two 1 to 50,000 accounts, but haven't activated them. You know what? It's so funny, right? Um, yeah, I mean, I was on a replay, and then Vito came in and started talking to him, right? Started looking at other things. He was talking about the yearly point of control that the price action came down to. And then we dropped 100 points from that. And so I broke my replay, which I wasn't doing a good job anyhow. We're not even talking about that at the moment. Um, and then I went back to the live charts and we watched this down move starting about right here in this area, and we just watched it drop. So nothing too fun and exciting. Vito's definitely giving a lot of information. Are we long in Tokyo? That's a good question. That's a good question. So where are we at right now structurally? Okay. Structurally, we are in a bell curve for current price, right? We almost came up into value area high of overall value. And I bet you if we were to merge a couple more of these down here at the low, I bet you that value area shifts a little bit because of this volume that we're accumulating around the lows. We might need to put one more in here. I didn't really want to do this, but I can always go back and unmerge them. And see, now we're creating kind of a double distribution here in the terms of unfair lows, right? So we have the rejection up here, okay? And we're currently, let me get my daily back up. Hold on a second. And we're actually going to close today down with a little bit of a wick above us. We can go back possibly in the Asian session, retest up into here. But if we hold this close, we could continue down a bit lower, possibly into, hold on. Hold that thought. Hold, please. And you get rid of this. There we go. That's better. And then let me bring that back up right here to there. Okay. And then let's go ahead and take a look at yeah, so previous week low, but not just previously week low. That's actually started from a quarterly low. This is something that Vito showed me as well. So you got the quarterly low, which is going into the weekly low, right? Which is where price could be heading down to in terms of our profile here. And the fact that we got through VPOC and we got through VPOC so quickly around the 717 area, that's pretty significant. With where we closed at, there's a possibility of a continuation to the downside. Hey, Steven, how's it going? I hope you are well. And then if we look here, in terms of this area of value, right? So we broke out of that value here, but if you really look at our key bar, right? We had this area of value down here that really didn't solidify itself. It just stayed in the trend. And we had this little area of sideways, This is really the breakout to the upside. And if we come back over here and we draw a profile from that area, I would anticipate we may come down into the 565, the 29,565. We've already broke through that. Okay, interesting. Hold on. Let me get this all the way extended so I'm looking at this properly. So we're already trading back into this previous area of value back here. This area of value back here where we broke out, we're already trading back in there. And this is where you want to try to change this from a 30-minute and bring it into even a 1 hour at this point. Let's look and see if that gives us enough. As yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the flush. Yeah. Well, and Vito noticed the flush at the daily point of control at, where was that at? And I need to get him on here at 697. And that's where we just immediately dropped 100 points below, right? So we have the 697 right here. And that's your daily point of control right up here in this area. We closed below that. So anticipate a little bit of a pullback, right? And then a possible continuation move down and test into these previous highs over here, which are going to be around the 348 area. That's what I would anticipate for the overnights. Possible pullback, right, from where we're at. Move back into the 680, 724 area, and then a possible continuation play down to the 334. A lot of diamond hands got crushed, 100%. 100%. And so that's what I'm looking at in the longer term perspective, right? For the overnights tonight and then moving into the day tomorrow is kind of what I was expecting, or kind of what I'm expecting, primarily because of these lows right here. And then in the context of the hourly and the 240 or 4 hour, whatever it is that you want to call it, right? We're looking pretty bearish in those time frames. And I'm not so sure that the 689 will be tested. Could be. It is possible. But I'm not so sure it will happen due to the strength of that 4-hour chart right now to the downside. It's a pretty strong chart to the downside right now. 240 looks pretty weak. Pretty weak. It is 4:26. I have an appointment at 4:30 that I have to be to. I missed an appointment yesterday at 6 p.m. and I don't want to miss that same appointment with the same individual at 4:30. So I apologize. I have to cut this a little bit short. I will see about getting on a little bit later this evening, possibly, if not tomorrow morning at 10 to 11 a.m. I apologize that I got distracted in both the replay and also in the live session over here. There's a lot of information that I'm picking up from Vito, and I'm trying to decipher that here in the live. And it's a little difficult for me to do, but we're going to get there. So come back. Absolutely, Metal. Let me see what's going on with this appointment, and I will see about coming back when it's done, depending on how long it takes. I'm not even sure what it's about. So we will find out here in a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I truly appreciate you. Maddie, Barat, Metals Trader, Carrie, just everybody. Thank you so much. Big Sparks, right? Don't want to leave you out by any stretch of imagination. And everybody else, if I didn't call out your name, it doesn't mean that you don't matter. I have to get going here. I just want to tell everybody, as always, truly appreciate you all. Appreciate the conversations, just absolutely everything. Vito, if you're still here, thank you so much. And let me get through this and see what I'm doing in the back end. Thank you so much, everybody. As always, be safe, be kind, and know that you are loved. Enjoy.